Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python programming course. So in the previous classes, we learned about variables and data types, right? So today we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in programming. So that is user input and output. So what is user input and output? Until now, our programs were using values that we manually wrote inside the code, right? But real world programs don't work like that. Think about Instagram login, ATM machine, Google search, and online shopping. All the above applications interact with users. Like how? By taking input from the user and displaying the output. So today we will learn exactly how Python does that. So what is input? Let's start with a simple question. When you log in into the Instagram, you enter the user ID and password, right? So, who enters this information? You do, which means the user. So, this information is called the input. The definition of the input is the information provided by the user to a program. In simple words, input allows users to interact with a program by entering the data. So, what are the real life examples of input? I have already mentioned that Instagram, ATM machine, Google search, and the student portal. Like in every college, we have a dedicated portal to get our results, right? So for that, we must enter our roll number, and then we will get the results. So this is also an example of the input. And next, what is output? After entering the information, we expect a result, right? So, for example, you search something on Google. So, Google displays search results. Those search results are called output. The definition of the output is the information displayed by a program after processing the input. So, in simple words, output is the result shown to the user. Output is the result that is shown to the user. So the real life examples of the output is ATM machine, Instagram student portal, which is same as the input. So why are input and output important? Because it is very important. Like if I take an example, imagine a program without input. Users cannot provide information. And imagine a program without output. Users cannot see results. That means communication between the user and the program becomes impossible. So, this is why input and output are the foundation of every interactive application, right? So, the workflow of input and output. So, input, process, output is the workflow, which means the cycle. So, first we take input from the user, the program process the input and produces a result, which is called the output. So, here we have three steps. Step one is the input, which is data is collected from the user. Step two is the process. Python performs calculations or operations. And step three is the output. The final result is displayed. So, for that, we have a small program. So open your computer and open Google Chrome. Take a new tab, take a new tab and search for Python online compiler. So click on the first link, press enter and press Ctrl A and then backspace and just click on the this icon and choose a tab. I'm choosing Python class 3 documentation, and you can get this documentation in the description box. And here in the same screen, you can get the code and you can run it and compile it. So it is easy for you guys to do this. So what is the program? The program is about addition of two numbers. I'm taking a number num1 equal to 5 and num2 equal to 10, and I'm just going to add this by using operator called arithmetic operator, and plus is used for adding the two numbers, right? So I'll getting the output 50. And next, the input function. Now let's learn how to take input from users. So in this program, we are directly taking the data statically, which means we are taking the data instead of asking the users, right? So now we are going to learn how to take input from the users. So Python provides a built-in function called input, which means this input. The input function is used to receive information from the user. The syntax is input of the message. So here in the double quotes, we can write anything that will take as input. So for example, I'm taking a variable called name. So here I'm taking a variable called name. So I'm assigning it to input of enter your name. So what this input function will do? This input function will print the statement which is inside the single quotes, which means after running this code, we will see enter your name, so that the user will understand the question and they enter the answer like Raju, and after that I'm just printing the name. So the output is Raju. Okay. The input function will take the input in the string format and it will store in a variable. And next, how input works internally. So whenever Python sees input function, it pauses the program and wait for the user to enter data. Only after the user presses enter does the program continue execution. So think of it like asking a question. Python asks, user answer, and then Python will continue the program. So input without a message. We can write like name equal to input of. This is works, but it is not recommended. Like why? Because users don't know what information they should enter. The best practice is always to run like this. Okay, enter your name. Not like this. Name equal to input of. So, important note about input is this is one of the most important concepts for beginners. So, by default, input of always returns a string. For example, age equal to input of enter age. Print type of age will return class str, which means class string. Even if the user enters 21, Python treats it as a string 21, which is a string. I'll show you. So here I have entered a number which is an integer, but Python saying that it is a string. Why? Because here enter age is storing, here input is storing the enter age, and after the enter age also here storing in the string format. So if we keep int here, then it will store the entire information as an integer format. So it is saying it is int. Now it is saying str. So here type will give the type of the variable. Age is a variable and the type of the variable is string. If we keep int here, it will be integer. Next, taking integer input. If we want a number instead of a string, we must convert it. Like, for example, I have shown it to you, right? If age equal to int of input of enter your age. Now Python will store a value in the integer format. Okay. Now taking float input. Instead of writing int, here we can write float and it will take float as an input. Even if we not given decimal points, it will automatically convert it into float. So this is useful when working with prices, salaries, marks, percentages, and measurements. And next, taking multiple inputs at the same time. Suppose the user enters 10, 20. We can take both values at once. So for that, we are using split operator. The split operator is used to take multiple inputs at the same time. It is mostly used for the list, like age equal to, sorry, we are taking multiple values, right? Okay. And next, so common beginner mistakes. Many beginners will write num equal to input of enter a number and print num plus 10. The output will be type error. Why? Because here we are using the input operator which will stores the input as in the format of string, and we are trying to concatenate with 10 which is gives an error, which throws an error. So if we want to add a 10 to num, we must convert it into the integer format first, and then we should add 10. So a string cannot be added directly to an integer. So that's why here it's showing type error. So the correct approach is first conversion, converting it to integer and then adding a number. So we will get the output. Okay, let's see this. So here it throws an error. See, in the line 2, we having an error. Can only concatenate strings, not int. But if I wrote int, then it will convert it. 20, it will show that. Okay. And next, displaying output with print. So to show information on the screen, Python uses print operator. The print function displays output to users. So the best example for this is print of hello world, which will displays hello world. So you can practice it by printing your name, your college name, and your age. Python automatically inserts a space between two values if we use two values at the same time. And next, concatenation versus multiple arguments. Print with multiple arguments versus concatenation. So beginners will often confuse these two methods. What is concatenation and what is multiple arguments? So concatenation means combining two strings like. If I have So here I'm taking a variable called name and assigning it to a value called Ravi, another variable age and a value with 20. And now here age equal to 20 means integer. The age variable is a integer data type. But in the print statement, I have converted the integer data type into the string and then I have concatenate it by using the plus. So the output will be Ravi 20, which means Ravi 20. So this is called concatenation. So there will be no space between the name and age, and conversion is required. Without conversion, there will be an error. And next, using SCP parameter means the separator controls what appears between values. The separator controls what appears between values, like print of. So here SCP means the separator. The separator controls what appears between the values. Here Python and Java, we have Python, Java, C. So in between them, we have told the Python to add a underscore. So Python have added a underscore. And next one is using end parameters. Using end parameters. Uh, what will end parameter do? So end allows us to change the behavior of a program. I'll show you. So normally print statement moves to the next line, right? But end allows us to change that behavior. So if we not have using the end, then the output will be hello on the first line and the second line will be the word. Okay, but after using the end parameter, we have gotten the output in the one single line. So this is the use of and. Next, string formatting. So what is string formatting? String formatting means inserting variables inside strings. So this makes output look professional. So there are multiple methods of doing that. I'll show you one by one. So method one is f strings, which is the recommended one. For example, if we have name equal to Rahul and age equal to 21. So here the f string will not use comma. While working with the f string, we first we first write ef from the of the beginning of the sentence and then use double quotes. So in the double quotes, instead of using the comma, like in the normal print statements, hello. So in the normal print statements, we use comma. But in the formatting string, f string means formatting string, we use a curly braces to indicate the variable name. So this will make the code much beautiful than this. And next one is formatting decimal numbers. So if I have a number like this, here is the output 3.5132. Here dot 2f means show only two decimals after the decimal point. And next one is formatting large numbers. So if I have number equal to, so here we have formatted the number by using the comma. So this is called formatting the large numbers. Formatting decimal numbers, we have completed it. So formatting large numbers, okay. So now what is interactive program? An interactive program communicates with users. So what is the structure? It takes the user input, process it, and produces the output. This is how most software applications will work. So we will do some mini projects like creating applications, addition calculator, student information, and simple bill calculate. Okay, let's start with the first mini project, which is greeting application. So here I'm taking a variable called name and I'm assigning it to input, which ask for the user, ask the username. And next, I'm gonna print the greetings with their names by using the formatting strings. So if I enter my name as Rani, it shows hello Rani, welcome to Python course by SIA. So this is the greeting application, and next one is addition calculator. So instead of only doing addition, we can do the entire calculator. Right. So here I have taken a variable num1 and another variable num2, and takes the input from the user by using the input keyword, and the input must be in the format of integer, so I have used the int keyword. And now I have printed each and every uh, operator by using the print statement. Here I have added the two numbers by using plus. Next, I have subtract the numbers by using minus, and multiplied it by using star, and divide it by using division operator. So after entering the two numbers, we will automatically get the results. And next, student information system. Here we're gonna take information from the student and we're gonna print it. And that's it. I'm taking his name and age. And just gonna print it. Ravi 20. And next is simple bill calculator, which is like the calculator only. But here we are calculating the bill of a three items. Wait, okay, I'll show you. So here I have taken a variable called item and assigning it to input operator that will ask the user like enter item name, and then I'm asking the price details from the user, and next the quantity, enter quantity. So here I'm just doing a multiplication between the price and the quantity. So I have taken another variable called total and just assigned with price into quantity, which will get the result. So here I have entered the item name rice. Its price is 120 and the quantity is 2 kg. So here the 2 is represent as kg. So we have multiplied price into quantity 120 into 2. So it's the total will be 240. So today we learn what is input, what is output, input function, IPO cycle, which is known as input, process, and output cycle, integer and float input, and common input mistakes, print function, string formatting, interactive programs, and beginner projects. So, input and outputs are the foundation of programming because they allow programs and users to communicate with each other. Without input and output, software applications cannot interact with users. So these are the real world applications you can see. ATM machine calculator, we have also covered this part, right? So in the next class, we will learn operators and expressions and start building more powerful programs. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.